Alright guys, how y'all doing? Been a little while since I've done too much YouTubing. Noticed I got my hair cut, trimmed the beard up a little bit. But we're going to run a few trains. I found in my box that has some trains in it that I haven't ran for quite a long time, and some of them I ain't ran ever, so there we go. Get this little booger around here. Alright, I'm going to stop him right there. Alright, we'll get steam engine off of here. We'll get the oldest looking engine I have in my collection. Got this off one of my friends. I've not tested it, see if it's ran or if it runs. Hopefully it does. It'll be a little more fitting for the train I got going right now. Oh, I hear something. Let's see, it's a 442. Maybe. Oh, it's got something. It's creeping. Got a headlight anyway. Oh, we got some movement. That's good. Maybe you just need a little fired up. Get my train cars out of the way here. I got him about 80% higher. Come on. There we go. And we'll get this little steam engine running here. Give him a few laps to get fired up and see what he can pull. Oh yeah. Moving pretty decent now. We just need to wake up a little bit. Little late 1800 steam engine. Little 442. Got a little trouble on my turnout back here. May have to give it a quick cleaning here. Alright. Yep, that's all it needs. A little track cleaning. A little track. Man, this thing's running really good. I'm happy about that. Alright, let's find some train cars to put on here. I know I've got a conversion car around here somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. Little Kleenex, Scott tissue. It's got a horn hook on one end and a KD on the other, so we'll hook that up to it. I love having these old conversion cars. I can run anything I want. Alright, got that hooked up here. Let's see, I've got, this will be good for the era. Little Borden's Farm from Chicago, Illinois. Reefer. That one's got horn hooks. Let's see. We'll split you two up here. First time I've actually got a chance to run something old on here, because I like running the old stuff just as much as the more modern stuff. I don't really like Gevos or anything like that, but I do like some Dash 9s. There we go, Oscar Mayer meats. That'd be a good one to stick on here. Well, that coupler's a little off, but that's alright. Let's see, a Union Pacific coach. We'll just randomly throw him in there too. Alright. Anything else with horn hooks? Yeah, we got an NC and STL 40-foot box car we can add in there. Hopefully this engine can pull all this. We're going to find out. I didn't even think the engine was going to run, so. Alright, that's the last of my horn hook cars, I think. Let's see. We'll run this box car that I got. It's got a load in it. United Castings. I don't know who did the load, but they did a good job with it. Alright, let's see if this engine can pull all this. And it's starting to move a little bit. Alright. This engine's got some pulling power. Uh-oh, gotta be right. There we go. Wonder how them people in coach feel in the middle of the train. Oh, he jumped the track again. I thought maybe he was a little light when I was running him, so I'll have to add some weight to him. Actually, it might be the Oscar Mayer car too. He's kind of fallen over. He's kind of lump-sided, so we'll put them in the fix 'em up bin. All right, passenger car, you're now up front. Let's see what else we can throw on here. I know this has got some weight to it. Little Merry Christmas, Happy New Year Athearn car from 2004. We've got a Katie on one end and a Bachmann on the other. Hopefully the Bachmann coupler holds up. I might as well get it out. I mean, stores got their Christmas stuff out. And then we got the Sharon Freedom Athearn box car, Northern Pacific. This one's starting to get some paint cracks in it. I don't know if you can see that or not. Hello, hello, everyone that's watching. Glad you're all joining me. Free Diddy. Let's see. Alright, let's see. We got another one. We got, I don't know what brand this is. Looks like an Athearn. Wanted Dead or Alive. I Want You, Osama Bin Laden. Department of Defense, 9/11. Good old Uncle Sam on there. We'll get him on here too. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not. Another train car I'm about to work on, guys. get this sucker moving again. I can't remember. Oh, got bad wheels on that one. There's another good one I got. Nathan Kit Union Pacific grain hopper. They've re-released these I don't know how many times and ready to roll and other formats. Hello, Isaac. Thanks for joining me. I gotta fix the coupler on that one. Alright, we're gonna let this train move around a little bit. Then we'll get something else running. I've got to get my bottom deck cleaned up and running again. I am getting ready to stick my Sioux Line stuff on eBay. I got about half a dozen cars that want to sell because Sioux Line does fit in with what I'm modeling, but I need some newer equipment. Let's just put it that way. Most of my stuff's from the 50s and 60s, and I need some more modern stuff, 80s, 90s. I'm kind of an oddball because I got 1800, early 1900s trains I like running, and then I also like to run anything 1975 to about 2010. Can I do a room tour? Of course. Give me one moment here. Let's get this train pulled back around. I'll give you a layout tour real quick. Alright, there's one of my industries I have up here. Little chicken feed mill. I got my farm back here. There's gonna be cornfields and stuff back here once I get it done. That building in the corner will be gone. I'll have some more stuff over here with the farmhouse. And then I gotta get this track out of the way. We was gonna do some track replacement. We didn't end up having to do it. And then we got the yard back there. I'm working on it. It's got a small grain elevator. Pretty much if I want to bring anything to the lower level, I will pull a train in down there, grab some cars, bring them up to this loop over here, bring them kind of where I'm at, and then I will set them down on the layout. Let's see, let's get the camera flipped here. And I'll be putting them down here on the main line. This, where the steam engine is my street running I'm starting to build. Then I got my auto parts plant with Ford and Napa parts. It's going to be the Napa warehouse. And then I got to put a backing on this factory here. I haven't decided exactly what it's going to be yet. And then where these tools are and stuff, I'm going to have a newspaper plant. So I'm going to bring rolls of paper in. It's going to be over, the building will be over top of the tracks, loading boxcars, unloading boxcars. I originally had a double slip crossover right here to make switching a little more efficient, but I was having too many problems with the double slip, so I just went back to a standard turnout and took out that there because it was a dead end anyway. Abandoned station, diamond. And then this is going to be a transload track right here. Main line, double slip turnout. Comes in here. And then I got more industries here, another inside loading. And then I'm doing some ballasting back here by the river. And I'm just waiting for some supplies to come in to finish my river up. I got the campground, even got an elephant at the campground. Here's a couple trees from the last video that I was working on. Didn't turn out too bad, but I need a little bit more color in them. Of course, then again, the trees kind of look like what they did this year. Very little color and went straight to brown, then fell to the ground. There's all my trees making materials. Then I got my Cargill mill over here. Loading tracks, big elevator, and passenger cars are my friends. I was fixing them up for him. I had to put some KD couplers on them and a few little tweaks and stuff. Bring it back over here. More part of the street running. I don't know what I'm going to do with the logging company. It's not going to be that. It's going to be just another warehouse. And I got the NS River Street Rambler. And then I got a small yard over there, just kind of storage. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do with the tracks yet. And then the far corner, I've got a cement plant that takes in rocks, ballast, sand, stuff like that I can unload and also load as well. And then the biggest building on the layout there, warehouse, it's not even rail served, so that's just where I'm going to place all my semis that I've got. And then, of course, the upper deck again. That's kind of a brief tour of the layout. And some projects I've got going on right now. I've been working on this layout for a year and 2 months now because I started bench work in September of last year. And unfortunately, the river area is about the only area that's probably 90% done because, like I said, I still got to finish the river. I got to fill in some spots up here on the campground. And Mr. Elephant will not be always in the layout, but I will have little nuggets of people and different animals and stuff, scenery-wise, once I get it all figured out. Because I do want to have, probably in this area is going to be an open field where I might have a circus, at least a Ferris wheel and stuff at the park. Because I do like circus stuff. I got to see one of the last Barnum and Bailey circus trains go through. And still every once in a while I'll see one or two of their coaches go through on a freight being transferred somewhere. So still neat to see the Barnum and Bailey train cars still going somewhere. But yeah, this is what's going on, guys. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Drop me a like, drop me some comments. I'll give you a shout out. If you have any tips for me of what you think could go in some of these blank spaces, I'd truly appreciate it. Because I love hearing people's ideas. But I do have a backdrop ordered for this area. So I will have a backdrop for this probably before Christmas. And I'm looking forward to getting that backdrop. Because plain white just doesn't work for me. And I'll have probably an industrial backdrop up here. I just haven't got it ordered yet. Like I said, the river area, I do have the river stuff ordered. I'm just waiting for it to come in and the backdrop to come in. And then I got tons of train cars that I need to get boxed up because, like I said, I'm getting ready to thin down a little bit. But yeah. Have I been to Germany? I have not, but I would love to. I actually have a friend that lives in Germany. She used to live in Cincinnati, but now she lives in Germany, and I'm hoping to one day visit her. And of course, I have a train light that I gotta get worked on. It's LED, so it's pretty modern. It's just gonna be in here flashing when I'm operating. Let's see, that's pretty much everything on the layout right now, besides what I've been running. So you can tell I like B&O. Big netted train line. That's good because not only would I like to go to Germany, I would also like to go to Brazil and see the trains there. They have some of the coolest modern and old school engines. I just love watching YouTube videos of them. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to end this live stream in a few minutes. I appreciate y'all interacting with me, checking out my layout, conversing with me. Like I said, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, because I like doing lives. And I'll be probably going live at the tracks tomorrow, um, probably 1 to 2 p.m. Central Time. Me and a few buddies are going to meet up at the tracks at Tolono and get some NS and some CN action. So make sure to get that notification bell going because it will notify you when I'm live and at the tracks. All right, y'all. You have a great day.